So, hello everyone. This week's been okay. It's been okay. I can hear it from the background right now. I'm on vacation, so I wasn't even sure if I was gonna do this video. I'm shooting from my phone, as you can see, so bear with me on the quality, but after the last journal that I did, I had two people that brought up some really amazing comments, and it really made me think about what I wanted to talk about. And obviously the review comes first. Like I said, the week's been okay, and the biggest thing that they were talking about was, well, two things. One in particular that I wanted to focus on was someone had mentioned, how do you deal with depression? I won't mention their name for privacy reasons, but I happen to be in a really good position to answer that. Long story short, I got in a bike accident, like I've said before, when I was 16, and it led to a lot of depression. And I get seasonal affect disorder, seasonal depression, right now. And I've had lots of periods of time in my life when that was the case. So I want to approach this carefully, though, because I'm not professional in any way. I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist, a therapist, nothing like that. But I do have a lot of experience with it, so I wanted to share what I felt like was helpful. And before any of that, one thing that I wanted to bring up was this. If your mental health problems are severe, please, please, please seek help. Not just from a licensed professional, though I'm in support of that now. You should also seek help from those around you, those who love you, people who are there to support you, because they care, they want you to be happy. So first and foremost, I would say that get help. I know, especially for guys and younger guys, I'm 27 now, so not too old, but also young enough to know what I don't know, but not too old. I still remember being depressed as a teenager in my early 20s. It can be really hard to ask for help. And it can be really hard, especially if you're struggling with depression or having trouble getting out of bed in the morning. It can be hard. But there are people in your life who want to help you. So I would say seek help. Get the help you need. Now that we have that out of the way, there are a couple other things I wanted to bring up. First off, there's a quote I really, really love, and I can't remember the name of the actor right now, but I'll look it up and I'll add it in the comments, so go read that. And the quote is this: if you take the word depressed and you break it down, it's deep rest. Jim Carrey. It was Jim Carrey. And what he said was, when you've been playing a character for a long time, or in this case, a particular person, a particular set of characteristics to fit in with, let's say, a group of friends that you have, and it's not who you are, it burns you out and you need to rest. And that's one way to look at depression, is to ask yourself, what things in your life do you need to rest from? Where do you need a break? I know for myself, I have a hard time taking breaks. And so that's one thing I have to remember all the time is, am I pushing myself too far? Also, getting up and doing things. It sounds counterproductive, but the important thing is when you're depressed and feel like you have no energy to do anything, it's more important to get up and do things. Because one of the things that's going to drive that depression is, oh, look at me, I'm so weak, I'm such a lazy slob, I can't get up and do the dishes, I can't get up and go for a run. Doing those things helps silence the negative voices, and it will help. Another thing that helped me too is, as silly as it sounds, keeping my space clean and finding reasons to like myself every day. We've talked about this before, how I have this deep sense of self-loathing, which is starting to recover. But here's the thing. In my opinion, when you're experiencing depression, aside from clinical depression, feelings of depression, sadness, apathy, it's because in your head there's a part of you that thinks there's nothing to live for. And not in a suicide kind of way, but there is nothing during your day to make that day worth living. And so you end up forcing yourself from day to day to do things that you don't want to do. So as you do that, what's going to happen is you're going to run into problems like depression, but you're also going to stop taking care of things that need to take care of, which is going to make the depression worse. And also, you're going to like yourself less and less, which is going to make it worse. So doing those two things helps. And really here's the real nail in the coffin. I know Dr. Alec Kanogia brings this up a lot, as well as some other therapists that I've talked to. What's stopping you from living the life that you want? I firmly believe that our emotions and our relative moods are signals to us about what is going right and wrong in our lives. And when we're feeling depressed, it's because we're despairing the fact that we're not where we want to be, not doing the things that we want to be, not saying the things that we want to say. So start doing those things, even if it's little stuff. I've started doing that over the past 2 or 3 months, and it's helped. It's very liberating to actually be able to go forward and do the things you want to do. This was one of those things, what I'm doing right now. So hopefully you find that helpful to the person who left the comment. Get help, seek out both professional and family help. Do the things you need to do, keep your space clean. Start writing down reasons why you love yourself, and just start living the life that you want. Start finding little ways every day to do things that you want to do. Now, that kind of ties into the second point. Someone brought up that they were dealing with some other mental health issues and how it's preventing them from finding their tribe. And that can be difficult. Obviously, like I've said before, seek professional help when you need it. But also, my response question would be, who in your life supports you despite the mental health issues? Who sticks around? You know, a really classic example of that is like I said, I drifted from friend group to friend group throughout my high school and early 20s, and I took my real friends for granted. I have one friend left who has stuck with me since we were kids. And I realized about 2 or 3 years ago how much he meant to me. Because despite all the personality changes and the depression and the hard times, he's still there. He's my friend despite my shortcomings. So I would say, if you've got serious mental health issues, look in your life and see who's around you, who's sticking with you despite the challenges. They are part of your tribe. They have your back. And I would argue, make sure you nurture those relationships so they know that they're loved too. Anyway, it's a shorter video. Hopefully, again, both of you who commented found these comments helpful. And have a good rest of your week.